All right. Let me get this into a couple groups, and then we will talk about how you got going.
Sure.
All right. Let me see here. Share to a group. Share, 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 share.
With the friend request, bro.
Got it. All right. You can share it now too.
Okay.
Um, so what's it like? Let's talk a little bit right now while I get this out there. What's it been like in that office? Because I saw you guys, I went to wholesaling last year, and you guys had a whole squad, like a whole squad of dudes.
Yeah.
I didn't see you, but you guys had so many people.
Yeah.
What's it been like being in that office culturally and like motivation? And what does that office look like people wise? Like, how big is it?
Yeah, bro. So when we went to wholesaling, yeah, it was pretty much the whole squad, bro. Like, and there was still people that was left out here in San Antonio. But again, talking about culture, right? The way that Mike and Charles, and now that I'm part of the company, the way we would like to run it, it's you don't work for us, you work with us, right?
Yeah.
That's our saying, and that's what we live. We live out of that. Like, hey, you're not here to work for me, you're here to work with us, right? So for us, it's more of, hey, it's not just Mike, Charles, or Manny to make it. It's all of us. We all have to make it. We all will make it. So I guess by us putting that entre perspective on everybody that works with us, they don't feel employees. They feel like they're actually part of something, part of a company that is going somewhere. And then when it comes to the motivation, bro, like, again, as I said, everybody's motivated different. My why may be a different why than yours. And then my why is different than all of the guys that we have here. So it's of course, it starts with the top, right? Start with Mike and Charles as leaders, and understanding what motivates me, and then what motivates them. And then on my role is how can I get my people, right, motivated every day to make the offers, to make the calls, to make get contract. Like today, there's the first of the month, which has got a contract signed. We play as a team. For example, this lead, I had the lead, bro. Like, I had the lead, and I made an offer. For some reason, they went ghost. Well, guess what? Just because they went ghost to me doesn't mean I'm not gonna pass it along. We're a team. I passed it on to one of our agents, and make it up. She locked it up. She locked it up.
And that's exactly what you gotta do too.
Yeah.
Because and it's your fault that you didn't pull out that objection or handle that sales call the right way when they went dark. You know what I'm saying? Because you will miss one thing, but it's your fault. And then you guys can still make money. They can make money, and you can all prosper.
Yeah, exactly. So for us, it's more of, it's not just an individual person. It's more the whole company. See, everything is HBHS. Everything goes through HBHS, and that's how we roll. There's no egos. There's no I'm better than you, you're better than me, or I'm less than you. No, everybody from day one all the way until you actually top closer, making whatever XYZ kind of money. We all the same. We all respect each other the same. Yes, we understand that there's some hierarchies, right? Some leadership, because we there have to be somebody that leads the team. But it is always with respect and understanding that there's no ego. There's not hurt, but feeling, I feel hurt, or I feel hurt my feeling. No, it's this business. At the end of the day, it's a business, and we have to keep moving forward.
How did you meet Mike and Charles?
Woo, man, that's a good story, bro. So back in 2017, I was getting to okay. So back in 2015, when I was here in the state already, and I was like, man, I kind of want to do real estate. So I started researching, like everybody on YouTube, right? And then I found the Clever Investor, right, from Arizona. I found Nick Ruiz, bro. Nick Ruiz actually bought his book back in 16. So wholesaling wasn't like in the back of my head. So I'm like, we're wholesaling. But I kind of didn't really know anybody in San Antonio that was doing it.
Okay.
So I was like, man, I kind of want to do it on myself, but I don't want to commit mistakes. I don't want to just go in by my own, and then I don't know what I'm doing. So I really want somebody to kind of mentor me and teach me, show me the route. So long story short, Max Maxwell. I found about Max Maxwell, and then I went to Max Maxwell's Facebook page, and I just typed, literally one day, I woke up and said, fuck it, let me just see who's in San Antonio. And I literally typed, who is in San Antonio doing real estate wholesaling? That was the question, dude. And a lot of people commented. A lot of people, yeah, San Antonio. Even Q commented, yeah, San Antonio, what's up, bro? So, but there was this dude that he took the extra step and messaged me private. He said, hey, bro,
okay.
I'm in San Antonio. I'm with the company. This name is Home Buying, Homeselling. We have a meeting on Saturday at 9 a.m. It wasn't a Thursday. I remember it was a Thursday. He's like, we have a Saturday in 2 days. If you want to come, you're more than welcome. And dude, I showed up to the office that Saturday meeting. I remember. And then since then, I met Mike and Charles, and it felt like, okay, I'm in the right time. I'm in the right place. I'm with the right people. And this is where I'm going to take my career to the next level. And that's how I met him. That's how I met him.
So you met him there. And then how'd they help you grow? And so when you met him, what was that transition like to getting to where you are now?
The transition was, man, it was a long transition, because back then we were not doing what we're doing right now. We were not doing dialers. We were not doing SMS. We were not doing RVM. We were not doing skip trace list. Like, it was more old school type of way. You get a list, you got to skip trace it yourself. You got to find the people. You got to go ahead and door knock. You got to go send letters, right? It was more like old school type of deal. So, it took me 8 months, bro. 8 months to crack my first deal. 8 months, weeks without getting paid, bro. Like, just days and days, and it wasn't easy. So anyway, long story short, bro, I just keep showing up. I keep showing up. And then Mike and Charles was like, man, this guy really doesn't want to give up. Like, he doesn't want to give up. So then when they saw that on me, like, well, this dude's been here already 4 months without getting paid. And he keeps coming every day, bro, every day. And I had to do side sales stuff. I'm a sales guy. So I used to sell anything and everything to make money. So they saw that hustle on me, and I was like, I'm gonna just keep going. 8 months later, I cranked my first deal, bro. It was 30 G's, and that was the one that actually, boom, gives me the confidence to, like, okay, now it's happening, and now I got paid. Let's go ahead and take it to the next one, bro. And when, like, a month later, I got another one, and then we got into, hey, why don't we get a dialer? Hey, why don't we get a list and skip trace it? And then it was between Frank and I. We started the boiler room back almost 2 years ago. We started the boiler room and the old office that we had. It was just Frank and I dialing from our phone. So then we were good at it. We started getting good at it. That's when I started getting good at calling. I have an accent, and then I got rid of that, fear of how people, what are they gonna say to me? Because I was already, hey man, I already back it back. So I'm making money. So I don't care what you say about my accent. Like, I really don't. So then I got confident. I just keep moving forward. And then we start hiring more people. We start hiring, training, and then before we know, dude, it just became this big company where now people come to us. We have system in place. We have cold calling. We got now VAs. I'm in charge of the VAs. Now we have SMS. We have RVN, right? We have ground and pound, which is driving for dollars team. We have people driving around other cities. So it's slowly but surely we have grown to do what we do. So, and then eventually, I got to the position where I'm at, in charge of the boiler room, in charge of the acquisition, head of acquisition, sales trainer, and yeah. So
let's talk about that whole process to get your first deal, because I've heard it doesn't happen very often where someone gets their first deal right away. And like, whenever I hear it, like, I'm angry because again, it took me months, man. Months.
How long did it take you, bro?
How long did it take me? It took me at least 6 months, and I door knocked every day from like dusk till dawn to get my first deal. And then I would cold call in between, like, going to pre-foreclosures, like, just trying to, like, get it as much as I could. And then once it happened, you gain more and more confidence. And I think that's the biggest thing, is the confidence in it, not anything else but confidence.
Not confidence. Yep. So to talk about the first deal, bro, that was the deal that proved me that follow-up is the key on this business. Yep. Let me tell you why. Because I got the deal. It ended up closing on February 2018. To be mine, I started almost like 2017, and I was like in the middle, and then 2018 comes. But I started calling that lady back in September, the year before that. So since September all the way until February, I was calling her. She's a doctor, right? And I was calling her doctor's office, whatever, and her secretary. Her name is Alex. I remember. I'm never gonna forget her name, Alex. She's like, yeah, this is Alex. How can I help you? I'm like, look, Alex, I already talked to you so many times. Can I go ahead and talk to Karen? She's like, no, she's busy. Okay, can you tell her I want to talk to her about the property? Okay, I'll let her know. And then it was all the time, the same thing. I'm like, Alex, how you doing? It's Manny again. Oh, yeah, what's going on, Manny? Yeah, can I talk to Karen, please? No, she's busy. So pretty much he already knew that I was calling, dude. So until one day I said, you know what? Let me skip trace her husband, dude. So I called her husband on a Saturday, and then I talked to the husband. Hey, look, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been calling your wife for a long time. There's a property here that she has. I don't know if you guys know, but there's an active lawsuit against her. It was her mom's property. There's some taxes. Oh, it was $25,000 in taxes. And I don't know if she knows, but there's an active lawsuit against her name. And I don't know if you guys want to take care of that. She's like, really? We didn't know there was an active lawsuit against her name. Like, yeah, I can actually show you proof. And it showed me. So I showed them, and they were like, bro, like in 10 minutes, she calls me, D. Hey, Manny, how you doing? I'm like, good, Karen, good. I've been wanting to talk to you for a long time. But hey, well, now that I have you on the phone, yes, my name is Manny. I'm with Home Buying, Home Selling. I'm an investor. I'm looking to buy your mom's property. I understand what's happening. There's some $25,000 back in taxes. And I don't know if you were aware, but there's an active lawsuit against your name. Do you know that? And they're like, no, nobody told me that. Blah, blah, blah. I said, well, I actually can help you with that. Keep in mind, she's a doctor, she's a doctor professional. They don't want a lawsuit against their name. And when you tell them, oh, my name, I'm a doctor, blah, blah. But she's like, well, what can you do? I'm like, look, I'm going to be honest with you. The property is being vacant for how long? Since 2002? Yeah, my mom died in 2002. Okay, that's a long time. So the property really needs a lot of work, and it's $25,000 in taxes. What I can do is, look, I can give you $35,000, and then, if I can help you out with the lawsuit, is that something you consider moving forward? She's like, yeah, bro, we send the title, we send the contract for 35, and then her thing was, man, you're not going to be able to buy it because there is a Medicaid lien, MERP.
Those suck.
Dude, they really do, right? But guess what? We're good at cleaning those liens. Like Mike and Charlie, they've been doing that for a long time. Like we know how to get through it and to ripen it up. So that's what we did. We got in the contract. We went to title, and I'm like, bro, I was praying to God, everybody, all the gods, because that was that was the only contract that I needed to sustain myself to keep moving. I was already like this, dude, like this, money, right?
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, God, please just have this go through, have Medicaid to forgive the lady or something, And then Mike calls me one day, he's like, hey, I got to tell you something. I'm like, what? It's like, we got it. We got Medicaid. Oh, bro, over $100 and something thousand. We got it wiped out of the property, dude. And then I called the lady back. Hey, good news. We're ready to close. It was like Mike told me to say on Monday, and like we're gonna close on Friday. Hey, good news. We got it wiped out. We're gonna clear your name. We're gonna clear your mom's judgment with Medicaid. We're gonna go ahead and pay the taxes. And really, how do you do it? Don't worry, we already did it. And then, dude, sure enough, we closed, and that was it, dude. I was like, wow, that's the power of following up, right? Being consistent, persistent, and never giving up.
Oh yeah. Well, nobody else is gonna go through that effort to get that deal either.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. More times than not, if it's a regular cold caller, niece says Manny's a beast.
Thank you. It's the homie.
Right. If it's a regular cold caller, we don't have them go do that, right? Like you just have them sift through it. So if it's just you on your own and you have your own list and you're calling on your own, getting an office, you can always find a way to go get them in some other way. And even when you have someone go dark on you, you can do the same thing.
Yeah. Bro, there's so many ways in this business that you can get yourself in front of the money, so you can get in front of homeowners. There's so many ways. Facebook, dude, I used to send people's Facebook messages, dude. Hey, I want to buy your house, dude. I want to buy your house. I want to buy your mom's house. I want to buy your tia's house. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever it takes, bro.
Hell yeah. And I want to talk about your accent, man, because I could see a lot of people having that issue.
Yeah.
Even if one of our cold callers has an accent, it's somewhat of an accent, but they're so confident it doesn't matter.
It doesn't, bro, because what's going to help you is understand, at least for me, right? Well, I'm gonna start off in the beginning. When I started calling, dude, yes, it was kind of like, man, what are you going to think about me? And then Charles, and they told me, you know what, Manny, just say you're an investor from Venezuela. Bro, when I started saying that, like the whole dynamic just shifted. Like people were actually listening to me. People were actually, okay, you're an investor from Venezuela? Yeah, I'm an investor from Venezuela. Yeah, I'm in the state to buy some properties, real estate. I just moved in, a few years ago, and I have some money I'm looking to buy. They were like, oh, and now I'm getting on the phone hooked because now guess what? I'm an international investor. You see? So it's okay if I have an accent. It was okay. So then when I started applying that, actually, that's what I did with Karen. So when I started applying that, and then I got paid, right? I got paid very well. And then I got another contract, and before I know, I was like, you know what? I don't really have to use that script no more. I'm just gonna go normal. And if they ask me, about my accent, I'm just telling, hey, yeah, I'm from Venezuela, and I'm in the States buying properties. And so the most important is, if you have an accent, bro, whether you speak Spanish, Arabic, whatever, French, is understanding that if you know what you're talking about, and if you feel confidence about it, you'll be fine, because people, what they want to hear is that your game, what is an affidavit of urgency, what's probate, what's MERP, what's an active lawsuit, what's tax delinquent. If you show them that you know what those things are, over the phone, automatically you sounds like, oh, okay, this dude's knowledgeable. He knows what he's talking about, and then automatically your confidence boost. It just goes up, and then the accent part, it just everybody forgets it.
Right. Well, and you're an authority, right? Like you know shit they don't know.
Yes.
So you're automatically an authority in the transaction.
Yeah.
Where did as you throw out like all those for lack of better words, slang words, jargon, like probate, affidavit of heirship, where did you learn about all that?
Here with Mike and Charles, try and error. They talk about, bro. We don't talk nothing but business, money, real estate, language, right? Like, so the lingo was here in the office, and then being after deals after deals after deals. Now I'm learning about probate. Now I'm learning about affidavit of heirship. Now I'm learning about tax delinquent. Now I'm learning about tax active lawsuit. Now I'm learning about MERP. So after deals, like every deal is a different problem. So after me doing so many deals, and also with Mike and Charles with me, telling me, oh, this is what this means. This is what that means. This is what this means. So that's how we're learning.
I love that, man. And are you a broker or an agent?
No, I'm not.
You're not?
No.
Okay, so you lead the whole investing division. Yeah. And what are you currently doing for marketing right now?
So right now in the company, we have SMS, and we have cold calling. And
what do you use for SMS?
SMS, we use Smarter Contact.
Okay.
It's the Smarter Contact. And for cold calling, we have Zenco. We use Zenco. We started, I started on my phone, then we jumped into Mojo, and then we jumped into Call Tools. Now we're into Zenco because of the VA.
Why Zenco instead of Call Tools?
I think Zenco, it helps me a little bit more to keep track of my KPIs purposes. And I don't know, which is used as a call tool for like a whole year, and it was like, okay, let's just try something else. And then we tried Zenco, and Zenco liked it. We liked it because, again, we can keep track more of what each individual agent is doing to the T when it comes to KPI purposes. And so that's why we started using it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do cold calling, SMS. What else are you doing, man?
Yeah, cold calling, SMS. We have people driving for dollars, and we have RVN.
How's RVM been working? I haven't done RVMs in like a year.
RVM, it's expensive.
Right? Like it takes a lot to get to a deal.
Yeah, it can get expensive. But I mean, doing it the right way and doing it, being consistent, you can get deals, right? Again, this business is all about the follow-ups. Don't expect to close the deal, which is in the first try. Just because they say yes right now doesn't mean they're gonna close right now. You gotta nurture that lead. You gotta build that rapport. You gotta build that trust. So that's the thing with RVN. You still gotta build that rapport more than call calling, because when you call calling, you haven't already hooked on the phone, and you can build a rapport right there and there. So yeah.
Dang, I just lost my train of thought. So when did you come over here from Venezuela?
Yeah, bro. I came to the state when I was 17 years old. We're looking at 2013. 2013, I was 17 years old. I just literally told my mom and my dad, "Hey, I'm gonna go to the United States." I just told them I'm gonna go to the state, and they're like, "We don't have no family. You don't know the language. You don't know anybody there." I'm like, I'll figure it out. So then my dad's like, "Well, you know what? If you can find me how, because I had a passport, but I didn't have a visa." So he's like, "Well, if you can figure it out how to get a visa, I'll help you." So dude, like in 24, say less. Like I just went straight to the computer and I was researching how can I get a visa to go to the state. So then I got all the steps that I needed, all the requirements, and the day after he got that, he's like, "Oh shit, you for real?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want to go." He's like, "Okay, well let's put into action." So then we put into action. I applied for the visa, and I got my visa. And then, bro, like in 4 months later, I was ready on the plane to Chicago. I used to live in Chicago. That was my first city, the first city.
That's insane, bro. And so all your family's back there still?
Yeah. All my family, my mom, my dad, still my sister. Yeah.
How often do you go back?
So right now, no, I haven't. I haven't been back since 14. So 6 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so crazy. And so when did you move from Chicago to San Antonio, and why did you move?
Yeah, so I moved. So Chicago was 2013, and I moved to San Antonio late 2015. I moved because the thing, bro, is that I always been an entrepreneur, right? Like I always had that entrepreneurial mindset, like that, bro. When I was a kid, I used to sell anything to make money. Like I would go to my room, and I'm like, what can I sell to make some money? I sold my bicycles, I sold my Xbox, I sold CDs, I sold so many shit that I had that I didn't even use, but I just wanted money. I just love money, right? So, but because back then I was a soccer player, I thought I was gonna make it in soccer. So me being in the state, and when you come from a different country and you see, okay, so people from outside the United States, we see United States as wow, like wow, it's the shit, like it's the land of the opportunity, because that's how the United States picture it for outside, right? Which is it's true. So then I came to the state with that mindset of like, man, I'm in the state, look, Lamborghinis in Chicago, you see Ferraris all every place, like big money, right? I'm like, okay, well, I'm in the right place. So I knew that I was in the right place. I knew I was in the right country, because this is the country where they give you the opportunity. So it was up to me and how I'm going to get those opportunities, on how I'm going to get that money, right? That success that I always wanted at such a young age. I was 17. So then 18, 17, I started, my first thing was learning the English, just learning the language, learn the language. I went to school, and then I got a job. I was a cable technician. I used to hook up cables, do like literally Wi-Fi and cable boxes and shit. So long story short, I was an employee, and I was like, you know what? I want to own a business. I want to own a cable company. So then I contacted one of the owners that had a company in Chicago. He had a company here in Texas, in Dallas, Corpus Christi, and he was open in San Antonio. So I'm 19 years old. This is 2015. So I'm 19 years old, and I'm like, hey, look, I wanna own a company. I want to own a subcontractor. Can you help me? It's like, actually, you know what? I'm looking to open San Antonio. If you want, I can hook you up over here, and give you some side jobs, and then you get your technician. You train them. You get the tools. You get the trucks, and then you go from there. And I give you a little office, bro. Say less. In a week later, I'm driving with my 2002 Astrovan from Chicago with my couch, my TV, my bed, and my everything, dude, everything on my back, and I'm putting my GPS. I'm going to San Antonio, Texas. Oh shit, it's 19 hours. Fuck it, let's go. I put some gas. I start driving all the way down here, dude. I stop in St. Louis, just to take a rest. And then my mom called me. My mom's like, "Hey, where you going?" I'm like, "Hey, mom, I'm driving. But where you going?" "Oh, mom, I'm going to Texas." I'm going, "Texas? I didn't send you to Texas. I sent you to Chicago." It's like, "Yeah, but I'm going to Texas. This dude's gonna give me a contract. I'm gonna be a business owner. I'm gonna make money, mom. I'm going after my dream." I'm like 19 years old. I'm more ambitious. I'm gonna make money. So then my mom's like, "Bro, you crazy, son. You crazy. Now I cannot go to sleep." I'm like, "Mom, don't worry. I know how to drive. I'm gonna get there." So long story short, I got to San Antonio. I was 19, about to be 20, 2015, 2018. And I started working there. And then sure enough, I started hiring some guys, bro. Before I know, I have an office. I'm hiring. I'm putting ads to people to get to work with me. I'm trained in. I'm investing on tools. I'm investing on trucks. So I'm like, okay, getting some traction. And I'm like, okay. And I met my wife there. I met my wife on that company. So then I met my wife, and I'm okay. Well, everything is going good until the company got bought out by Spectrum, because it used to be Time Warner. So it got bought out by Spectrum. Yeah. So and then everything ended. Like beginning of 2017, everything ended. And then that's when I got into sales. And then I was already married, and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna stay here in San Antonio, and I just stay here, bro. And that's how I got to San Antonio, by a simple leap of faith, and I have nothing to lose, but everything to gain. And that's how that's how I am where I am.
Yeah, that's insane. And so you went into sales right after that. And what sales were you doing after that?
The best sales ever. The mall kiosk, the kiosks at the mall.
Yeah, you're a killer salesman, bro.
Yeah.
You get your face. I was walking with my girlfriend in the mall. I was like, I need to hire one of these motherfuckers. They get kicked in the face all day long.
All day long. You cannot. Rule number one in the kiosk: you never sit down. never sit down on the kiosk. You never, if you're a salesman in the kiosk, you never sit down. And I learned this from this Jewish guy from Israel. It's like, bro, the moment you sit down, the energy is gonna go down, and then your sales pitch is not gonna be the same. So you always stand up. You want to take a break? Go ahead and get outside the mall and have a break for 10 minutes. So rule number one: never sit down, always stand up. So I got into sales, bro. I got into the mall. It was strictly commission, and I found my calling. I found my gift. I found something, bro, that I'm good at. Like man, and I enjoy. Like like you can tell Teddy's next to me right now. He feels my adrenaline when I'm negotiating with somebody. When I'm on the moment of making a deal happen, I become a different person. Yeah, the money, it's the result, but what I enjoy the most is the energy that is happening between you and I when we're negotiating. That's what I love, and I fell in love with that, and I went deep into sales. I started reading all kind of books. The Sales Success by Brian Tracy. The 10X Rule, podcast about Brian Tracy, all the OG Brian Tracy. He's like way before Grant Cardone. Zig Ziglar books. I started reading about now leadership by John Maxwell. So I got it deeper into sale, and I'm like, okay, now I understand the structure of sale, and I understand the psychology of sale. Why don't I just 10X it? Why don't I just, because I was selling a $150 product, $200 product, making 30%, which, hey, don't get me wrong. I was making about $200 a day and just doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, what about if I can take this to the next level and I can do $200,000 transaction? And that's when I started looking into real estate.
I love it. Yeah. What's going on, Carlos? What is it? Big brother in life. That is so crazy. Yeah. And so now you're a master salesman. Well, so I feel like no one's ever a master in sales. There's always a new situation.
It's changing. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I know one or two things. Like I tell my guys here, there's always room to improve. There's always room to improve, even for myself. Like, the moment I start closing $10 million deals, $50 million deals, that's when I know that, okay, well, I got it down. Like I'm a master at, closing, $10 million, $20 million deals. Right now I'm closing, 150,000, 200,000, $500,000, but I need to get to that, $5 million transaction, $10 million transaction, $50 million, we're looking at probably 500 apartment units, 200 doors, 300 doors. When I start closing those deals, that's when I'm going to be like, you know what? I got it.
I'm doing it. And so you're the sales trainer in your company. So like, what does your day-to-day look like?
Yeah. So for us, it's more now of accountability, right? We got to the point where our guys already understand the business. They understand what we do. They understand what we're looking for. They understand how to talk to people, and they understand how to negotiate. We have two different type of structure. We have lead gens, and also we have closers. Lead gens, all they do is just lead generation. That's it. All your job is to make it qualify the lead and then send it over to the closer, and the closer is going to close. So for me, the way I do it is every morning, in the middle of the day. Also, it's before the day starts. I go over all the leads that we have got the day before. Okay, we got, let's say 20 leads. 10 came from SMS, 10 came from calling and the RVN or whatever. Okay, where are we at with this lead? What's the offer? What's the ARV? Where do we need to be at? How much the homeowner wants? Right? Do you need help? Do you need help from me to be on the phone with you? Did you get? That's kind of how my day-to-day goes now. Now, at the beginning, it was more one-on-one. Let me spend an hour with you. Hey, this is what sales is. This is how you talk to people. This is the kind of question you ask. Let's do role plays. Luckily, again, everybody's now leveled up to the point where they don't need that kind of training no more because they already got it. Now they get to the point where like just close.
And so let's say you have someone new come into your company. What is your training process for them to shortcut that learning curve?
To shortcut the learning curve, videos. We have videos recorded. So we do have an in-house course that I did, that I recorded. It's I don't know how many hours it is, but it's a video that I did. I actually did it a very long time ago, where if you're new and you want to start with us, the first thing you're going to do is go ahead and watch my course. Go ahead and watch my videos. Take as many notes as you can, write as many questions down as you can, because I'm going to ask you about it. And pretty much I'm going to give you a little quiz on, what you learned, what didn't you learn, what do you think is good, what do you think it can be improved. And then based on that, I'm going to go ahead and put you in the phones. I'm going to give you some leads, call. Just call. Here, just fuck it up. Just literally, just mess the lead up. I don't care. Just go ahead and make the call. I want to get that fear out of your brain as soon as I can, as soon as possible. I need to get that fear of calling out of your brain. So when that's done, the next step is actually getting on the phones and start qualifying. You start as a lead gen. When you get it good as a lead gen and you get some deals under your belt, now you become a closer. And then that time frame takes anywhere from 30 to 40 days, depending on how fast you want to transition. You want to be a lead gen forever, or you want to go ahead and close your own deals.
Wow. And so you guys doing every morning? Are you guys doing role plays? What does that look like for you?
Yeah, so it's mainly role plays, but our role plays are now more of, for example, hey Strat, what is a probate? Type of quiz type of deal. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It's not like, oh, let's just role play. No, hey, what is a probate? It's more as a knowledge role play. Hey, what is a probate? Hey, how fast can we close in a deal? Hey, what about if the homeowner tells you that they want to close in 2 days? What should you tell them? Hey, if the homeowner tells you that they want to close in 60 days, what should you tell them? If the homeowner tells you that there are two people are dead, what should you tell them? That's our kind of role play that we're doing. We're not doing any more of like, well, I'm going to be the seller, you're going to be the buyer. We already got that part. Now let's get into actual concept and content on questionnaires, right? That we get over the phone. So we get the memory, the muscle memory strong, that when we're on the phone, okay, Manny said this, or Manny said that, or Frank, or Charles, you see what I'm saying? And it's more accountability, right? The leads. Hey, this is how many leads we got. How many offers? Did you make an offer? Yes. Why didn't you make an offer? Why didn't it get accepted? What happened? What did you do right? What did you do wrong? So that's how it starts.
And what type of quotas do you guys have?
So it depends, right? It depends, because not everybody's different. There's season acquisitions. We got beginners, we got juniors. So depending, if you're a season acquisition, if you've been in the company already for a while and you understand, we know you've been closing deals, we give you at least above 50 G's in revenue, at least, right? If you start a lead gen, right? On lead gen, we just do quotas on how many leads you can get a day or a week. That makes sense. Yeah. Same thing with the VAs. The VAs that we have, the callers, we have them as, hey, look, I want XYZ amount of leads a week, and then they know they have to meet that quota. And I don't want just any kind of lead. I want qualified leads.
Yep. Yeah. That is the biggest issue I'd say everyone runs into.
Yeah.
Over how many leads? Oh, and when was the last time you closed a same day lead or a next day lead?
Oh, that happened last week, I think. Last week, we were hitting it. We were hitting Alabama, and for some reason, bro, we got people the same day over the phone and SMS, and the same day we signed a contract. Like, we signed the contracts.
And how uncommon is that? I feel like people think it's going to happen all the time.
No, it doesn't happen. I wish it happens all the time. Man, we'll be millionaires by now. But no, it doesn't happen all the time, dude. Like, in my experience, for me, it happens probably every 10 contracts, at least for me.
Right, like it'll take a while, or if it's like an EPC lead, or website lead, those are a lot hotter. Mm-hmm. Like cold calling leads, I've only had 2 ever. That will be like today. Generally, bro, you're following up for a long time.
Yes, a lot of people think that, wholesaling is a beautiful business, man, and you can make quick money, you can make good money, But the thing is that what people fail to say is that, hey, bro, you're not gonna get paid tomorrow, you're not gonna get paid this Friday, you're not gonna get paid in 2 weeks. Even though you lock up the deal today, baby, you're not gonna get paid this Friday. You have to wait a good 25 days just for you to sell it, assign it, and title comes back clear. So, just give yourself some time. For those of you that are starting out, give yourself some time to learn the business, to educate yourself, and understand that even though you get a deal on the first day, it's not going to close the first day. It's a process. Trust the process. That's all I want to say.
Oh yeah, the process is the biggest thing. Like, we have JV people who call for us, and I think that's the biggest thing they run in. They get super discouraged, and I try and set it up for them. Like, hey, it took me months. Before anything happened. And I had a really good mentor. Quotas, first deal confidence. Do you do any Sandler sales training at all?
I've had invitations. Yes, I had some invitations where I do some sales training. Actually, I was on on the drip campaign with Antoine. That's this month, and yeah, so I do. I mean, if it's given the opportunity, I do. Yeah.
I like the Sandler sales method the most because I just want to put them into a corner and it's a yes or a no, and then if it's a no, we can move on and just keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah. So I like to give one auction. I don't, you know how some people like to give like 2 or 3 auctions when it comes to what's next. I like to give the homeowner, hey, this is what's up. This is what we got. Do you want it or not?
Yeah.
That's it. And I tell them, look, I'm not here to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. Um, it's either you like my offer. If you like it, we move forward. If not, I'm just seller, not a big deal. We're buying anywhere from 20, 30 properties anyway. So.
Right. It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
And what's going on, Sal? Thank you.
And I don't like to push the deal either, bro. Like that's another thing that I learned this the hard way at the beginning. I was trying to push it. I was trying to push the deal. I was trying to force it. I was trying to force the deal. And when you do that, dude, when you force the deal,
bro. Just keep on pushing. You can't force it.
You can't. I learned that the hard way, dude. And now it's like, dude, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't even bother me. Like, well, fuck it. It doesn't happen.
Lead flow in a pipeline is, I remember at the beginning when I had one lead in the pipe, that lead went through and your whole fucking month is toast. You're pissed off. You can't think about it that way. You can't ruin your energy. You just got to keep on pushing more leads and more leads and more leads into the pipeline. And then that one, you want the no, you don't want the maybe.
There you go.
You want the no, man. Just go for the no all the time. And because the maybe is just going to, you're playing with yourself.
Yeah.
You're chasing a carrot that you're never going to get. Like, oh, it's there. Oh, maybe, possibly. But you've already given them your offer, so your offer's getting shopped.
Yep.
And then if you do get it, then it's a marginal deal where you're going to make just a couple grand. And then
that's right, bro. Now that you're talking about the no's, and every time I have an opportunity like this to speak on a podcast or on a video, I like to always bring it up because this is what I did for myself, and I don't want to take credit of it. I learned it with Brian Tracy on the book Sales Success. He says this. He says a lot of salespeople, their problem is that they're always looking for the yes. And I'm like, while I'm reading, right, I'm like, okay, he got me hooked up. What do you mean? Of course we want the yes. Of course we want to, have somebody that says, yeah, I want to buy your product. I want to sell your product. But he says, no, don't go with the angle of expecting a yes. Go with the angle of expecting a no. Because the moment you go for the no's, once you get a yes, the yes is going to feel more achieved, like, oh, wow, it feels more excited. But then once you get a no, it's like another day. So he says, when he used to make calls, and that's what I do. When I used to call, my goal was 100 no's a day. That's it. That was my goal. 100 no's a day. So, and I will literally write it down. 1 no, 2 no, 3 no's, 4 no's. Why? Because, like that. Why? Because at the 5th call, guess what, bro? Somebody's going to say yes.
Someone's going to say yes.
At the 7th call, somebody's going to say yes. At the 8th call, somebody's going to say yes. But let's just say, worst scenario, I had a bad day and I got 100 no's. Nobody said yes. But what did I accomplish? I accomplished my goal. My goal was to get 100 no's. So now I can go to sleep. I can go home. Babe, I accomplished my goal, which was 100 no's a day. You see how I shift that perspective? Now I ended up the day, yes, I didn't get a yes, but I at least accomplished what I wanted, which was my goal. Because I know that the yes are going to be found on the no's.
Exactly. Well, and then with the law of averages too, tomorrow on call number 2, you're going to get a yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all a numbers game, and I think people get really discouraged again, but it'll all average itself out. I remember when I was knocking doors, it was like, it's going to take you 500 no's to get a yes.
Yeah.
So I was all right, let me just go knock as many doors until I can get to 500 and get that many no's, and then eventually someone will say yes.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. Thank you so much for coming on, man. I don't really have much else. If you guys are looking into cold callers, go to calmmagicians.com. Where can people find out more about you, man? Do you have any affiliates you want to plug, anything like that?
Yeah, man. Well, I do want to say thank you, man. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, right? I'm all about opportunities. For me, this is a huge opportunity to speak who I am and show people, what I'm about. So thank you for that, my man. I appreciate you. Another thing is for those of you guys that are looking to, do real estate, wholesaling, fix and flip, subject to creative finance, anything that has to do with real estate, go ahead and join Home Buying Home Selling Association. That's our Facebook page. We'll be dropping content, videos, and then if you want to get personal with me and send me a DM at Manny Cash HBHS. Manny Cash HBHS. I'm always active. I'm always open to do JV deals with other people in Texas, outside of Texas, subject to deals. We actually are the end buyers. If you have a subject to HBHS, buy subject to. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.